And we are back. Another beautiful day, man. A lot of inside stuff going on at the Waterboy Show. Yeah. Hey, but look, man, at this particular time of this taping, we are in the midst of a lot of transitions in the city of Atlanta. Yeah. I'm talking about, man, from football to basketball. But right now, man, we're going to stay on the football side, and we're going to stay with these Atlanta
Hold on. Breaking news. The Braves have traded Ronald Acuna.
Oh, hey, man, let me tell you something. But the whole show finna be over. Somebody need to talk to me ASAP.
I know that's right, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a joke. That's a joke.
Man, I'm trying to tell you. Somebody needs to come talk to me ASAP. What was that, Liberty Media? That's who
man,
who is they run the Braves, man?
I think that's right,
but they will have to come talk to us ASAP.
ASAP, man.
Trade no run. Man, you can't trade no run.
Heck no.
You know what I'm saying? But look, on these Atlanta Falcons, there was a press conference that happened recently from the owner of the Atlanta Falcons, chairman, Mr. Arthur Blank. And there were a lot of interesting things said in this particular press conference, man. I want you to start it off. What was the most interesting thing you heard from Arthur Blank in his press conference about the state of the Falcons?
Man, that man slithery like a fish in water, like a shark coming out. That man was slithering out a lot of messes. But I like the fact that he still kept it open for Jeff Ulbrich. I like that. He didn't really address the QB situation. He did, but he didn't. He didn't really say. But it was just a lot of things, man. I don't know if is Matt Ryan gonna be involved or not. That wasn't really clear. Seems like he is. It's just a lot of things, man. But I like the fact that he did address the media. He talked to us. I like the fact that he gave a lot of real answers, but he still didn't just on some things that we wanted to know. He did say Penix is the future of our team. He did talk about the need.
Called him the franchise quarterback.
Yeah, franchise quarterback. That felt good. He didn't really give a clear direction on Kirk Cousins. He said, we'll see. And he is interested in Jeff Harbaugh. So I did like that. He did say, he don't know if he want to come here, but they want to meet with him.
But so okay, I mean, well, who wouldn't be interested in John Harbaugh? You know what I'm saying? So, to me, the things that stuck out to me about the press conference, man, there were like 2 or 3 things that really stuck out. So, you can hear the voices and you start to recognize the voices in the press conference.
Yeah.
Heard Terrence Moore ask him, and he really was pressing Arthur Blank, if that's the right term to go with, pressing Arthur Blank about if Terry Fontenot was the one that decided to make the Michael Penix pick, or was it somebody else? And, I mean, pretty much Arthur Blank said it, that no, Terry was not the guy who had the final decision to make the draft pick. He said it's an organizational thing. But that tells me all I need to know is to hear that. It was not Terry Fontenot who 100% made that move or made any of the moves that we are dropping everything on top of his shoulders. So, like, where that came from when we heard the other day that Arthur Blank came to him and said, look, we don't want Penix. If you get him, then that's on you. I don't know if that's true or if that's not. I don't think that they would let him draft a player like that if it hadn't already been discussed way before the draft and if it wasn't okay. I just don't think Arthur Blank would say, now that I think about it, I don't think he would say, all right, well, I'll let you do it, but it's on you. I mean,
I think it kind of could have happened.
I don't think an owner who's that much against it to where they tell him that.
I ain't gonna say like you're saying he was against it, right? I think he wasn't with it, but he's not the type that's gonna be like, I'm not. I think he said, why do y'all want to do this? They laid their cards on the table, they put them out, and then they I don't think Arthur Blank would come in and be like, nah, I don't want to do it. I think he let them lay it on the table, and he's like, all right, well, and he supported the GM's decision. But I don't think he's like. I mean, I don't think he wanted to do it, but he signed off on it because they convinced him.
I don't know, man. I don't believe it now. Listening to what he said, I don't believe Blank said that to him. Mm-hmm. I believe what Terrence Moore said. Terrence Moore, remember I told you he came on and said that this last draft is the first draft that Terry Fontenot has been able to make the moves, that all the other stuff was before him. And I believe that's why Terrence Moore asked the question. Like, that's why I brought up who I heard asking the question. For him to bring it up in the press conference, I think he wanted to see if Arthur Blank was gonna say it or not, or if he could kind of get down to everything that he's been told about what's going on inside the organization. And I would tend to think his experience and what he's been in the media and being a Falcons beat writer, he's a little more tapped in to the heartbeat and things that are being said. Now, I mean, it sounds good. I mean, I ain't saying Blank couldn't have said that, but when I think about the two instances of what was said, the two conversations, I tend to lead more towards Terrence Moore on him saying that it was more Rich McCain that wanted to pull some of those moves than Terry Fontenot. But at the end of the day, it really don't matter because Michael Penix is still our quarterback. I still think he can have a future. I think we just want to get down to who the buck stops with.
Well, I tell you what, I did learn something from Blank. I'm gonna use it on the show. Like they asked the question, and it was like a 2-part question. They asked the question, he said yes, and then the carrier said, "Well, I said yes too fast." He cleared it up quick. I'm definitely gonna use that against you, for sure. If I say something and then you try to turn against me, I'm like, I said it too fast. So just be prepared, people. I got something for his ass. All right, let's go.
That's what you
got. He slid out of that. I was like, yeah, Arthur, I learned from you. There you go. Good job, buddy.
Out of all the things in the press conference,
I did. Yes.
You getting media training.
Yes.
Getting media training.
For sure.
Yeah.
Arthur Smooth.
Yeah, well, another thing that stood out to me, and we know that they have blocked the Dallas Cowboys from being able to interview Jeff Ulbrich at the moment.
That's dope.
And I mean, now he did say something that I think is true. He did say you can't tell a head coach who they're gonna take unless you're Jerry Jones. He didn't say Jerry Jones, but we know Jerry Jones is gonna say who's gonna be your offensive coordinator if that's what he feels like. You know what I mean? So he is open to Jeff Ulbrich coming back, but he's gonna leave the door open also to a head coach to say if Jeff Ulbrich fits his system or not. I mean, so how do you feel about that? Do you feel like it should just be a demand that no, we're keeping Jeff Ulbrich, or should he leave it open and see if it's a fit?
Nah, he should definitely say it's a recommendation. I don't know if you heard this though, but the Ben Hill Tigers, they asked to interview Zach Robinson. They granted permission. So I don't think he cares about Zach Robinson. So the Ben Hill Tigers, they will be interviewing Zach.
Man, the Ben Hill Tigers be winning. They ain't holler at Zach Robinson.
Maybe the Gresham Park,
you know what I'm saying? Hey, yeah, they be winning, man. They be winning.
Nah, but for real though, I like that, man. I like the fact that we didn't allow Dallas Cowboys. I like the fact that he's saying we recommend him. So in so many words, the boss is recommending to keep him. If I'm the head coach, I'm going to take a real good look at it and maybe probably keep him. Yeah, well, he did say for this franchise record. He said he came out and said some facts. So if I'm a coach, I'm going to consider what Arthur Blank's saying. I'm going to listen to the recommendation and I'm going to look at the facts. I mean, but to be honest with you, who knows the personnel better? He's maybe we can beat the Eagles, Maybe the Eagles.
Hey, if y'all don't know, he just said that, man, because we got a brother and friend of the show in here, man. That's a big time.
Our partner, Sean Fallion, man.
Big time Eagles fan, man. Yeah.
I was so disappointed because I got a chance to look at it. Like, he got the key to the city of Atlanta. How is a Philadelphia Eagle ninja getting the key to the city of Atlanta? How is he celebrating the Eagles on his social network? I mean, it must feel good. I don't know how it feels. It feel good? All right, man. Hey, congratulations. All right, you got to have the Water Boys out to one of the what's it called?
I don't know, man.
You
the one trying to say
it. What's it called, Doug?
I said yes.
Skip Day. Man, that just be lit. We got to come to the Skip Day, man.
It's open all the time. It's open all the time. You could have been went. It's like around the corner.
Could have been gone.
Yeah, you could have been went.
Your mama gonna get you.
Hey, I don't care what she said. You could have been went. I will say this, man, and I ain't gonna stay on this too long. I'll move on. Even though he's an Eagles fan, when we thought we won the Super Bowl, he did call to congratulate me. And I said, not
for
yet.
Real?
I said, not yet.
He was. I don't.
He
wasn't
playing. He was happy.
Okay. You know what? That was up, man.
Yeah. Right, and then the very next year, they got their first Super Bowl.
Did you call and congratulate him?
I did.
Really?
I did. But I waited till it ended. I was like, I said, hey, all right, it's over. I waited till it ended. All right. And then, because I didn't want the same thing to happen, man. I did not want the same thing to happen.
How would you feel if we won a Super Bowl?
What do you mean? How would I?
How would you feel? How do you think you would
like
feel?
A real question?
Yes, I'm dead ass. Like, would that make? Would you feel complete? Like you had complete?
No, I wouldn't feel complete, man. I already feel complete.
I don't.
I don't need the Falcons to make me feel complete.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
Would I be happy?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I would. I sure would. And at the time, boy, I was drinking. Boy, I was finna act a fool, boy. But we were finna have us a nice party, an even bigger party than the one we were already having.
All right.
Now I would be too happy if they win the Super Bowl. When they win the Super Bowl, you know what I mean? I just hope I'm still young and in my right mind when it happens. You know what I'm saying? But look,
right now is a chance. It's really important that we make the right decision now. Like we've been through this in the past 5 years with 2 head coaches, man, going through this, and it seemed like that's short time. 5 years we went through it twice. This is our 3rd time. Like we got to get this one right, buddy. I'm tired.
I mean, it's been 8 years without playoffs. So, but look, so let's get down to who can help turn this thing around. All right. I was talking to a good friend of the show today, man, and he helped me see the Matt Ryan situation totally different. Because I never looked at the Matt Ryan situation of him joining the Falcons from the Falcons' perspective or a fan's perspective. I only looked at it from if I was a friend of Matt Ryan, and I said I didn't want him to come here. So, because I'm like, Matt Ryan, man, you don't need to be caught up in this foolishness. But I went to something over at my son's school this morning, man, that I go to every Friday, man, and I walk in, and the first person I see, man, it was almost like, but we was in class together. The first person I see is our partner and our buddy, Joe Hamilton.
Oh, Joe.
And man, and so after we got done, man, me and Joe chopped it up in the parking lot. And for y'all that don't know what I'm referring to about Matt Ryan, is Matt Ryan being considered as the president of football operations. Arthur Blank said that would be everything involving grass and a football. So nothing that involves paychecks or paperwork, grass and a football. And so I was talking to Joe, and he asked me what I thought. And I said, I was like, man, well, man, I don't want to see Matt Ryan come here and be kind of caught up in this foolishness, man. He said, you know what, man? He said, when I think about it, he said, I can't see anything wrong with it. He said, what can you go wrong? He said, who better to have come out to a practice and watch it and be able to tell the coaches, hey, this practice ain't right. These players, they not giving they all. The way you running your practice, this not the way practice should be run. He said, who do you think the coaches will show respect to if he asks, hey, just what you thinking about doing this Sunday? He said, you think they're going to tell it to Greg Beadle or they going to tell it to Matt Ryan? He said, you think the coach would respect Matt Ryan enough to say, hey, well, let me just run down what my first 15 script is. And Matt Ryan sit back and say, I like this. You got this many run plays. You're going to attack this. Oh, yeah, they tend to do this. I like where you're going. He said, you think a coach going to tell Greg Beadle that? He said, no. Coach not finna. No coach worth they salt is going to tell anybody who's just a business guy what they have going on. He said, but a football guy, which Matt Ryan is, he said, I believe Matt Ryan as a football guy will get that respect. And just because of that alone, he said, what can you lose by putting an actual football guy in that position? A person who knows what the quarterback position should look like. He knows what the O-line should look like. He knows what defenses should look like. He knows what the Falcons need and what they haven't had. He said, who better? And so, like, man, when he said it, I said, hey, Joe, I'm sold, dog. I said, I'm sold. I actually want old Matty Ice in position now.
Yeah.
I was like, we need to get somebody maybe who had this experience and that experience. But like I did bring up, John Lynch ain't have no experience. And Joe said that. My old teammate, he had no experience. He doing good in San Francisco. And then John Elway. You know what, man? I hope they bring old Matty Ice in at this
I think his problem was he couldn't get a quarterback after Peyton Manning left. But listen.
Or before.
I got a chance to hear our buddies, man, at 92.9 The Game, Dukes and Bill, and they had, Matt Ryan's on the podcast, and one of the guys they had on there with the podcast with them, he works for Channel 2. I can't think of his name. I think it's Steve Holman. I'm not.
No,
sure.
not Steve Holman. He worked for the Hawks.
Do you know the people names on the Matt's podcast?
Not right off, but I know the guy you're talking about. I
so
can't think his name right now.
He was on there, man, and he had some really good points about Matt. He said Matt ain't gonna hold back. He said you're getting PG-13 Matt, but Matt got a X-rated side to him.
We heard that.
And he said Matt ain't on. He said on his show, if you go back and look at some of at some of the podcasts. He said Matt don't hold back on people. Like, he'll let them have it if they need to have it. So he thinks that Matt is 100% committed to this. He said when and if it happens. So he pretty much said it's gonna happen. He said he called the guys and told them, hey, let's put the podcast on hold. I'm seriously thinking about this. He don't want to work at CBS. The guy said he kind of confirmed everything. So it looks like it's a done deal. But he said some really great things to where he feel like Matt's gonna put 90 hours a week into this and really just show the Falcons that try to change the culture of it. So we'll see, man.
Hey, look, I'm on board. If Matt Ryan becomes president of football operations, I'm on board. Shout out to Joe Hamilton, man, for breaking it down for me. Shout out for that information that you just shared. I was only looking at it from if I was a friend of Matt Ryan, I didn't want Matt Ryan to get crapped on by the city. And my homeboy, you know what I'm saying?
Homeboy.
One of my best friends in the world, boy, he called me to he didn't have anything positive to say about Matt Ryan taking the job. And that's his perspective, and I get it. And that's how I felt like a lot of people were going to view Matt Ryan taking the job. It ain't necessarily he just said Matt Ryan don't have no experience. Why would they put Matt Ryan in that position? You know what I'm saying? Matt Ryan don't have the experience to do that. He don't see why they trying to just give something to Matt Ryan. That's what he was saying in a nutshell.
I differ, man. Like, he's been under some great coaches. Mike Smith, Dan Quinn, Kyle Shanahan, to work directly with them. So he has some insight into football and into personnel, and he's seen it. He's probably been, hey, man, y'all need to go get Julio. And they went and got Julio. Because you remember that year before that, he played in the Pro Bowl, and he was chunking it up to Arizona Cardinals, Larry Fitzgerald. And he's like, oh, I like how this feel. We need to get us one of these. And what they do, go get us one of them. So I feel like he has some insight and stuff. We shall see. I think he's going to be a great fit.
Yeah, well, one thing I can say, Matt Ryan seems like he's committed. And when I say committed, he seems like when he decides to do something, he's going to put his all in.
Yeah.
So, hey, I was thinking about didn't want to see Matt Ryan get crapped on. But, hey, man, from a football perspective, who's going to go out and get on people's heads and let them know what they need to be doing and what they're not doing better than somebody who's done it? And then go back to what Reggie said. Go back to Reggie Baldwin, what he said on this show. When you bring somebody from within,
yes.
like there's a certain amount of energy.
You're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
That's what he
said.
said.
Ozzie Newsome with the Browns. Ozzie Newsome, when he came to the Browns, he was a tight end from the street, and they gave him the GM position. And as I recall, Baltimore ended up really when they left Cleveland and go to Baltimore, they ended up putting some good teams together through his tutelage and drafting players.
I want to say I got to look it up. For some reason, I think was that his first draft ever in Baltimore?
Yeah, when he.
Well, I'm saying, was that the first time he ever drafted?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, he drafted 2 Hall of Famers with the first draft.
There you go. Hey,
I mean, that's
so
you can't get no better than that.
Yeah. And Trey, let me ask you something, right? I mean, I know you don't. Well, you probably do think you could be a GM for NFL, but
I don't.
But I'm just saying, like, okay, you probably don't think you could be. I do. You go opposite of me all the time. So
I'm just telling the truth. Yeah. I don't think I could be a GM.
But I think Matt Ryan, he played with the player. He probably can evaluate talent. Some stuff be obvious.
I hope he can.
Yeah.
I hope he can. Yeah, I hope he can. We know, like, one of the NBA's worst GMs ever is Michael Jordan, and everybody think he should be able to point out a stuff. Yeah, that dude's one of the worst executives when it comes to the NBA, boy, that ever existed.
I think
straight trash. I
think was Magic Johnson was Magic Johnson bad?
I don't think Magic Johnson had any hits either, man. I mean, Magic Johnson drafted Lonzo Ball over Jason Tatum.
What about Isaiah Thomas?
I think Isaiah Thomas was decent. I think Larry Bird was decent. Man, it's hard to say because for the most part, the greats, they don't seem to be the best.
Yeah, that I agree with that.
At coaching, at evaluating, because they can't tell anybody how to do it. They just who they are. The person who had to figure it out, grind their way up, that didn't have it all figured out. They had to just like put every last. And not saying the greats didn't put everything they had into it, but you get what I'm saying. Somebody who had to work extra hard and like knew that, man, these people way better than me. I got to figure out a way to catch up with them. I think they're a little bit better, in my opinion, because they had to go through a little more. Now, I'm sure the great people out there may say I'm tripping, but I think when you look over who has accomplished the most in some of these leagues, it haven't been the all-time greats when it comes to the GM side and the front office side.
Okay. I've been hearing some things. I want to ask you about it, see how you think. I've been hearing 2 scenarios, right, for the coaching and the whole coaching staff. I'm going to go from head coach to offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, special teams.
Okay. All right. I can't wait to hear this. Hold on. Can I ask you who you heard this from first? Because depending on who you heard it from, depending on how much weight I'm going to give.
I've heard one from 92.9 The Game, from
Okay.
Deuce and Bell, from one of the guys. And then I heard one from, I'm not going to promote there, but from one guy we both respect on their perspective on things.
Okay.
All right. So from 92.9 The Game, I heard that, and I don't understand why this guy keeps getting up. You know, maybe you can put some insight. Stefanski from Cleveland as the head coach. Clint Kubiak for the offensive coordinator. Ulbrich for the defensive coordinator. And I forgot who the special teams was on that one. I remember the special teams on the other one, but those 3, I don't know. We'll just say. Whatever.
You mean that's the staff?
That's the staff they wanted to see. And then they're hearing. And then the second one I heard was Jeff Harbaugh, Mike McDaniels, John Harbaugh, Mike McDaniels, Jeff Ulbrich, and then the special teams coach at Baltimore who was with John Harbaugh.
I think the second one is more likely. The first one is not going to happen with those group of people because if you Seattle, why I'm going to let my OC go? I'm number 1 in the NFC. I'm going to let my OC go to another team? Man, that's not happening. That's not happening. Same way we just denied Jeff up. That one should be thrown in the trash automatically because it's not happening. Like, no way Clint Kubiak is going to take a lateral move from the number 1 seed in the NFC to come be with the Falcons. So whoever say they heard that, man, they heard that wrong. So I don't know who else can get the OC. I mean, it could be Stefanski, and then he keeps Ulbrich, but the OC gonna have to be swapped out because Seattle's not finna let him make a lateral move. That's not about to happen. Now, John Harbaugh, Mike McDaniel, I'm intrigued by that from a play calling standpoint. I'm trying to think about. So I know Baltimore and what they like to do. I know things change with offensive coordinator, but they have a certain identity. Tough football team. I'm not even gonna sit here and act like I watched the Dolphins enough to tell you the exact identity of Mike McDaniel. For some reason, Flash comes to mind to me, but maybe that's because they have the explosive players. Maybe that's because they have the Waddle. They got Cheetah down there. They got the A-Chain kid, and they can sprint it up and down the field at times. But so I just got to see how Mike McDaniels fit with John Harbaugh if he runs the style offense that's more of a tough, downhill, beat you up kind of like offense. Because Baltimore, even though they hit some explosive plays with Lamar and they hit some with Flacco through John Harbaugh's tenure, they've been more of a tougher type offense, man. And y'all let me know if y'all see it a little differently.
I like McDaniel play because he's coming from a left-handed quarterback.
Now that, yeah, I can see that too. Or you can say, hey, man, I failed with one, boy. Don't stick me with another. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I don't know. But the Clint Kubiak, that's not happening. He's not coming here to be OC. He's not leaving Seattle to be OC here.
What's special about Stefanski? I'm kind of mad at him for how he handled Shador, so I ain't even looking at him.
I don't like the way he handled the Shador situation. It seemed personal. It did seem personal, but, I mean, he's a 2-time coach of the year.
What does that mean?
I mean, twice he got voted as the coach of the year. I don't really know what else to say. I ain't like they won no Super Bowl, but I know that's what you're saying.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it can't be just poo-pooed on or understated. That
so what's his specialty? Is he an
two-time.
offensive guy, defensive guy? What is he?
He's an offensive guy.
I didn't see nothing out of Cleveland offense that was good. I know they had rookie quarterbacks, but geez.
Now he has not developed a quarterback.
Yeah, he chased one of them off, and the guy Baker Mayfield's doing great, and was doing great at Tampa from what I saw.
Yeah, I mean, hey.
Well, maybe he wanted Baker. Maybe
I don't know. We don't know, but Baker's not there. He was the coach.
Yeah, they went after Deshaun. They went after Deshaun just like we did, and then Baker said, okay, y'all going after Deshaun? Trade me. Let me up out of here. And so then.
But why would they go for Baker?
Then it looked like the Falcons were going to get Deshaun, and when Baker said, "Oh, y'all gonna get him?" Okay, well, I still want out of here. Then they came back to Deshaun with an even bigger contract.
Oh wow.
So it is what it is. But I mean, hey, Stefanski, I mean, they seem like they really want this man to have a job. I'm telling you, dog. The media, like I see it, the media continues to bring his name up.
I mean,
they really want this man to have a job.
Even when we was doing our live on last Monday, and I heard Stefanski, I'm like he's really respected by the fans and the media. Seemed like that surprised me, bro.
So look, speaking of a Stefanski, let's say he does become head coach. Like we got a quarterback, right? Who some people have given up on. I have not. Like, do you think with his track record that he could develop Michael Penix? Like, is he someone that's looked at as being able to develop Michael Penix? When I think about what Doug just said with Harbaugh, you know what I'm saying? Him maybe bring Mike McDaniel. He already worked with a left-handed quarterback. Or maybe whoever takes the Baltimore job doesn't want to keep our guy Todd Monken.
I look at it like this, man. Stefanski hasn't proven that he can develop a quarterback. The proof's in the pudding. Harbaugh, McDaniels, they've shown. They work with our Matt Ryan. You know, McDaniels did with Kyle and all them. They were hand in hand. So I'd rather have somebody that can come in and be a quarterback guru and help our quarterback. I don't see that from Stefanski.
Man, you know, I just want to see Mike McDaniel succeed, like especially if he did end up back in Atlanta in the OC role. Mm-hmm. I think it would be pretty cool if he could succeed here. You know, like, you know, I don't have to bring it up on the show. Y'all can go look at it. Mike McDaniel, he talked openly about some of his struggles here in Atlanta and how Dan Quinn gave him a lot of personal support and help him get his coaching career and his life back on track. So, I mean, I think that would be pretty cool to be able to come back here and redo things. But, I mean, people are also talking about LaFleur, the Mike LaFleur, not Matt from Green Bay. They're talking about the brother who's still working for the 49ers right now. People are talking about he might be a possible candidate.
For what?
For head coach.
Oh, wow.
And Kyle not finna let you make a lateral move. Like, that's not gonna happen. Mm-hmm. If you're not finna leave his staff to go be something bigger, he gonna be there. I don't think any of these coaches finna let you go. Like, you finna do what? We just did what?
So you can deny somebody for a lateral move, but if there's a head coach move, you can't deny him from an interview. Okay, gotcha.
They can move up, but you can stop them on a lateral move.
Okay, gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, you ain't finna leave me to go do the same thing, man. Boy, you better stop. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't know that. That's
go
cool.
sit your down.
Yeah.
Right now. Man, how much time we got left, man?
We got about 3 more minutes left, man.
Man, look, before we go, how do you feel about Mike Penix's future?
I mean, you gotta, man, this time and age, man, you gotta get quarterbacks time to develop, and they're not doing that, man. I mean, you can tell by these old ass quarterbacks coming out of retirement, starting playing. Like, they not developing the QB. There's not enough good coaches out here that are taking the time to develop these quarterbacks. And then something that blew me when I was watching the Miami game and Ole Miss game. Do you realize that Carson Beck had 7 years of college football in him? He probably played 3 or 4 of them, but he was in that system for 7 years. Like, he had time to develop. Imagine if Desmond Ridder had 7 years to be on a college offense to develop himself. So last year,
that man come out of college at 24. Damn, near had 7.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I look, 7 years, bro.
Yeah, because of the COVID years.
7 years. I mean, yes, but do you think Carson Beck would have been a first-round pick last year?
I don't know, but I'm going to say this.
Do you think he'll be a first-round pick this year?
I don't care about Carson Beck. I'm going to get back to Mike Penix. Look, this what I feel about Mike Penix. No, we getting ready to close out. You asking me about Carson Beck?
But I was answering the Penix situation.
No, now we on Carson Beck. What the heck?
All right, that's what I was going to say, man. I think that Penix wasn't ready for this year. They thrust him in there. He needed more time. I think that he's had time to look. He still needs to be developed. I think he can be a franchise quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons with the right coaching and the right just timing.
No,
and he needs offensive line.
Look, oh yeah, 100%. So no, I haven't given up on Mike Penix. I think Mike Penix still can get in and possibly do his thing. With the injury history, I mean, we all have to be honest. The Falcons do have to consider, are there other options we may have to take? Can he stay healthy? They say the best ability is availability. And so Mike Penix has to stay on the field. But do I think he still has the tools? If you get the right quarterback coach in here, the right OC in here, the right head coach, man, I still think that he has some good football in front of him. They got to protect him, and he has to get to a mental place. Now, this part is on Mike Penix. He has to trust his body, because sometimes I think all the fans felt like he didn't trust his body, and after this injury, who knows? I could see how he could have even less trust. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's more to Penix. I think he was damaged. I think they said the knee is better than ever now.
I heard Arthur Blank say that too. Didn't he say they say the knee isn't better than? But I say to go back to your point about Carson Beck. Carson Beck proved me wrong. He went on a game-winning drive. But no, I still don't think he's a first-round draft pick. I saw enough of Carson Beck. I don't have to keep seeing it. Now whether or not he'll become a first-round draft pick,
I think he's earned that.
I don't know. I don't know.
I think he's earned that by his performance last night.
I don't know. I mean, so many people get drafted in the first round that be bust till they do it all the time now. But do I think Carson Beck should be drafted in the first round? Like if I was a talent evaluator, no. I've seen enough of it. And if you watch the game and a lot of stuff they did, look at a lot of passes and things they've been throwing from Carson Beck. They've been protecting Carson Beck. They don't want to open it up.
They opened it up a little bit last night,
a little bit, but they don't want to open it up with Carson Beck.
Gotcha.
They don't want to have to open it up the way that we tried to open it up with Carson Beck, and that's probably where Georgia went wrong. They tried to put it all on Carson Beck, and that's probably they tried to put it all on Gunner against Ole Miss in certain situations. It didn't run downhill enough. You know what I'm saying? But that's another story for another day.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, well look, y'all already know what it is, man. This is the Waterboy Show. Make sure you go to every single place you get your podcast from, man. Leave us some dope reviews, man.
Yeah, man.
Leave us some dope reviews, man. It does nothing but help us get further in the pecking order on who can see our show, and it helps us grow, helps us build, helps us make this show better for y'all. And like we always say, the Waterboy Show, we represent Atlanta because Atlanta represents us. On behalf of myself, Trey, my partner, B. Rich, we got Aaron, Pittman, and Doug. And we cannot forget my brother from another mother, Sean Fane, is in the building, man. Hey, y'all already know. The Waterboy Show, we are out.
Kill the camera.